Hello and welcome everyone to the VR. Fuck, I completely forgot it. To the CreatorVR podcast. Okay, to the CreatorVR podcast. And this CreatorVR podcast is gonna be all about content creation in virtual reality, especially in VRChat, from video creation to TikToks to avatars to worlds, everything around based in and on VRChat about content creation. And today we have our lovely guests here, and thank you very much for coming and taking the time to be on this podcast, everyone. And let's start off by introducing ourselves, and I'll just give the word to Twice.
Wow, okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Twice. I'm a VRChat content creator on YouTube. I make a lot of short video essays about the different communities and phenomena inside of VRChat. And yeah.
All right. Twortles?
Hey everybody, nice to meet you guys. My name is Twortles. I like to call myself a basement video editor because that's really what I do. But most of what I do in VR is just kind of exploring social VR, doing some like street interviews here and there, and just kind of getting everyone's perspectives on this new and emerging technology.
Hell yeah. Wuushie.
Hello, my name is wuushie. I'm a VRChat content creator. I specialize in TikTok videos. Over 5 followers. I post just funny things I can think of. And it's quite enjoyable.
That's really cool. Honestly, we have very, very interesting people on this huge freaking table, man. It's like, bro, but
Over 5 followers. That's like
Over 5. It's one more than 4.
Oh, dude, that's crazy.
Yeah, I
Five
can't
is
even
no
count that
small
high.
number. 5 is no small number.
true.
I got like 2, mom and dad, man.
Yeah, and system brought. Oh, jeez, man. I don't want to start this all.
Yeah.
Whole family, uncle, cousin. You know, if you're living in Ohio, there's a lot going on. Okay, no.
Train derailment and smog.
All right, I got the first question for y'all, and the first question is super simple, and it's just, how did you guys got into VRChat into the first place? How did you guys started off being here in that sense?
Oh, okay. So I'll start. Okay. Cool. So I was in high school when I first started playing VRChat. It was my sophomore year. I had just broken up with my ex-girlfriend, right? So I was feeling kind of lonely, right? Oh yeah, woo, let's go. Thank you. So I just broken up with my ex-girlfriend, so I was feeling lonely, not a lot of social interaction going on too much. And then so I found this game called VRChat on Steam. I'm like, oh, this looks pretty cool. Let me check it out. And from there, I met my first friend, and then it sort of snowballed into meeting a bunch of other people, getting to play games with them, and discovering this whole world that virtual reality or VRChat had to offer. So that's how I found it.
Oh, really cool. Exactly how this kind of happened to me. But yeah, I kind of like got to know more about VRChat when videos came out about VRChat and Uganda Knuckles. You guys very much know this, you know? And the ball kept rolling, and I got a vibe, and yeah, that's how kind of all it started. Okay, Twortles.
How did I get into VRChat? Uganda Knuckles, baby. Played like a little bit then, I think, and then from then, I think pandemic started. You know, whole COVID, whole thing. Everyone's locked up in their prison cell of a room. So me and a couple homies, IRL homies, got the Quest 2, and we all hung out there. Skippy, if you're watching. He's the guy, one of my IRL friends who got me into this whole thing, and I kind of fell down the pipeline, as we call it, and you know, I like making videos in IRL, so that's kind of meshed and got everything together, and so I got into VRChat because I guess Uganda Knuckles and COVID, but I stayed here for, I guess, the unleashed limitless potential, creativity potential for the most part.
W Knuckles.
W Knuckles.
W Knuckles.
Yeah.
Wuushie.
I got into VRChat because it was, I like to say 2016 or so. on Discord. I kept seeing my friend in VRChat for just days on end. And like, each day I'd log on, I'd say, oh, VRChat, okay, cool. And then like a month goes by, I'm like, oh, he's still playing VRChat. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna find out what this is. So I clicked it, downloaded it, installed it, and I was hooked. I was a desktop player, just enjoying life, talking to everyone, and I was hooked.
And
They
then
gotcha.
and then
They
by the
gotcha.
time you got a headset and like evolved.
It went from desktop. I'm like, oh, I want to do VR. Then I got the Windows Mixed Reality, which is like the cheapest you could get. Super cheap plastic controllers. I'm like, oh, this is great. And then like just days before the pandemic hit, I'm like, oh, the Index has finally gone on sale for the second time. I'll buy that. And then as soon as I bought it in March, the world said, okay, everyone, stay indoors. I'm like, I can spend hours now in VR. This is going to be great.
So that was then the perfect opportunity to just, stay in VR.
It just bolstered it for me.
That's actually really cool. That's actually really cool. Honestly, I think every journey, like everyone has their own journey of getting into VRChat. For some, it's, the Uganda knuckles. It's that viral trend that people get hooked on and just get in. And most of them stay. Like, for example, we do, like most of us definitely. And I think there are, I would say, a lot of inspirations that let people actually stay in VRChat, not only because of an avatar or a meme, but it usually also is the community. And yeah, that's very, very important, I think, honestly.
Mhm.
And yeah.
Yeah, man. No, it's super interesting that we all get in different ways, but then we end up staying for, I guess, somewhat similar reasons. I don't know about you guys, but making videos in here is pretty cool.
It's
Absolutely.
amazing because with VR you can use the camera in any direction you want. You're not like stuck with like, oh, I need to put it on a tripod. You're like, oh, I'm gonna go put it, like 60 feet in the air for a super wide shot, and then you can just come back down easily. It's limitless.
Yeah.
You're not stuck to being like, hey guys, welcome to another vlog, and you're just holding the camera like this.
I think Limitless really puts it on the spot. I think VRChat has absolutely no limitations except for its terms of service and guidelines.
Yeah.
But,
Except for my computer.
and computer-wise, yeah, but I think that's really the only limitations there actually are. And let me see what questions I also got. Oh, geez. Oh yeah, what made you start out with content creation, or with YouTube, or with TikTok, or simpler terms, content creation?
Mhm. So I actually started making videos, I think maybe 13 years ago. It wasn't VRChat related. It was just a bunch of random stuff. My favorite YouTuber at the time, PewDiePie, made a lot of Let's Plays videos back then, and stuff like that. I was in fourth grade, right? I was like, oh, this is so cool. He's making gaming videos. I want to do this, right? So I started making videos from there. Happy Wheels Part 1, Minecraft, building a house, Terraria, mining for that type of stuff. So it was just a bunch of random stuff. I didn't have a niche or anything like that. Just completely random videos. I could be playing Battlefield in one video, and the next one I'm cooking an egg. Right. It wasn't until I think maybe 2 years ago that I started focusing my content towards VRChat, because COVID's happened and all that stuff. So I was spending a lot of time inside of virtual reality. Like I'm talking like 10 plus hours a day because COVID stuff like that. I was just indoors, not doing too much. It was a lot of fun. And then I figured like, hey, why don't I just like make some YouTube videos about VRChat? So I did that for a little bit, and then it started really popping off, my VRChat videos. So I was like, oh shoot, yeah, I think I got something going on here. Let me just keep on making VRChat related videos. And then now here I am. Just now I'm just a VRChat YouTuber guy.
And now you're here. Boom.
Yeah.
Just boom. Honestly, it's really funny. The first video I ever made was actually like inspirational because of you. I actually met you once in the Genshin in like this Genshin tavern,
Damn, I've been cut.
upstairs, and I remember it was like, dude,
Exposed.
it was you and Nami chilling in the corner, and then like someone was really like fangirling you and was like, Twice, oh my God. And I was like, yo, Twice, yo, how do you create videos, man? I kind of want to start off too. And then I just dropped the developer updates, and was the first video about VR I ever made. And yeah, that was when the ball kept rolling.
The ball started rolling, yeah.
Oh shit. The largest mistake I ever made in my life. Twortles.
Yeah, so I mean, I really resonate with everything you were saying, Twice. Really similar thing. I started making videos way back then too, and I wouldn't say like PewDiePie, but the Minecraft Let's Plays for sure, like Yogg's Cast, like when that was popping off. And I did that for a little bit. I did IRL vlogs in high school. What else did I do? I was always just creating. And VRChat, when I got into this platform, same thing as you, spending a lot of time in this world. And I actually did a lot of photography and videography in college. Gotta get money to eat somehow, right? So that was what I was doing. And when I spent more time in VRChat outside of just playing 8-ball pool or hanging out in the Great Pug with me and my homies, I was thinking to myself, wait, I can actually make videos. It's kind of weird but awesome at the same time. And so the journey started off with some inspirations like Surmer, Azil, those guys doing the street interviews because I love talking to people. And at some point, I was thinking, how far can you really push VR video production? And I guess for the past year, I've been really trying to test the limits, like getting camera people. Big fan of Metacosm Studios, by the way. Those guys killing it with
the
like
latest movie,
filmmaking.
the Pentros Protocol. Holy moly, that was sick. I think the movie was like, I don't know how they do this. It's like so high production. It's like almost magical. But yeah, it's really
and
good.
they're killing it with the cinematography and film side of things. But for me, I kind of wanted to dig myself a little bit deeper into a niche of, well, what about content creation, right? So similar to wuushie said, you can set yourself up with a tripod in IRL, but what if you had like drones just like going around, right? Or multiple camera people and just working with a bunch of people and having that teamwork and coordination. I think that's what I guess continues to drive me to keep making content. Is that the right word for it?
Yeah,
I think it is.
Yeah.
Content. Yeah. I would also like describe it as content and less like I'm a YouTuber and I do YouTube videos. I would more like content. I think content really puts this in a better light, I guess. Yeah. Because,
Yeah. Oh, I make content. I'm a YouTuber, guys.
All right. wuushie.
Well, how I got into content creation was my father got me a Sony Vegas, and he's like, just go at it. I'm like, oh, okay. And I was just, like taking commercials and putting people's faces on other people's faces through like the masking tool. I'm like, this is so much fun. I love this. And then I just, kept growing that. And then I made a YouTube channel under a different name, and I was doing IRL skits, just having a blast with my friends. And then I retired that name. It wasn't too popular. I think like the most I got was like 600 subs. Which I was great. Yeah, that was huge for me. I was grateful for it. I'm like, wow, 600 people actually, enjoy my stuff. That's mind-blowing. And then in 2020, I changed my name to wuushie, and I was never really into TikTok at first. And then the whole like, oh, the president's going to ban TikTok. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to download it just because I'm sticking it to the man. And then I'm like, wow, this is amazing. Like, this is hilarious. This is funny. And then I'm like, I haven't seen anyone really do VRChat stuff. I'm like, oh, okay, maybe I'll, put my humor to the test. And I uploaded, I think my first VRChat video was me and a friend, and it was basically like, oh, you don't like air frying, and I blocked them, and then that blew
What?
up. Yeah, it was hilarious. It ruined my friend's VRChat presence for like a good 3 months because it got to like 800,000 views.
Oh my god.
And all she did was she's like, "Wuushie, people just come up to me and like, you don't like air fryers, haha," and then they'll block them and then unblock them. I'm like, I'm so sorry what I put you through. And then it was so enjoyable that I kept doing it and trying to improve with every video.
W air fryer gang.
WF.
Air fryer.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Honestly, I think when it comes to like this, yeah, it's not YouTube videos, like you make Minecraft videos, and let's plays and stuff, but it's like content creation, depending on what you do. But I think, how can I describe it? I had the word in my head. I completely forgot it now because I was so like focused on listening.
Don't worry, take your time.
All good, man.
But anyways, we can also like switch to another question because I fucking forgot.
Don't worry.
I'm a really big fan.
Edit
of
it in
your-
post.
Yeah, I'm a really big fan of your VTuber news thing. And right, like I think that's super cool, and having it in like a shorts format is, I think,
The funniest
low-key
thing about
genius.
that is that there was a chance that would have never happened. So my friend loves to spam invite me a lot, and I just ignore it because it's just spam invites. I'm like, okay, and then there was one day he spammed invite. You're like, you know what? I feel bad because every time he spam invites me, I ignore it because it's just spam invites. I'll go join him. And it was that world. And I'm like, wow, the lighting here is fantastic. When we're talking and whatnot, I'm just like fixated on this world. I'm like, the lighting's great. It makes me look great. It's like, it's the Eric Andre set, but it looks like a new set. I'm like, this is
Yeah.
great. We go to a different world. I'm like, I'm still thinking about it. I'm like, that world is amazing. I'm like, dude, I'll be right back. I want to go film something. He's like, oh, okay. I'm like, okay. I go film the first video in that world, and I come back. I'm like, okay, I'm done. And then I upload it, and then got a little bit more views than usual. I'm like, it's my shtick now.
Oh man, I think the first video that blows up, it's such like, the feeling is like so euphoric. I don't know, when I did the developer update back in November last year, that was actually like blowing up. I was like, holy shit, okay, the ball starts to roll, boys. I'll buckle my seat, get ready for the journey, and I don't know, yeah, kind of like imagining in my head. But honestly, I think when it comes to the first video that like gets the right views, or the more views than what you usually get, it's really cool to see. And also, if people enjoy it, I think that's really like the most important part about it, especially you enjoying creating content. I think that's the most important part as well. So yeah, definitely, honestly. That's all I can say to this.
Yep.
All right. Now the next question. Okay. Do you also have a job besides YouTube, or are you a full-time content creator?
So I'm in the U.S. Air Force. That's my main thing. I work this job called armament systems technician. I work on attack jets, specifically the A-10 Thunderbolt II. I work on its weapons stuff to make sure that the gun shoots, missiles can shoot, bombs can drop off of it. That's what I'm responsible for. So that's my main thing that I do, 8 hours a day, stuff like that. And then I go home, and when I get home, I turn into an anime guy, So I make my YouTube videos, do my little editing and all that stuff. The Air Force takes up a lot of my time, as the military naturally is. It takes up a lot of your time, things like that. So YouTube for me is sort of a side thing for now, but I'm hoping in the future I'll be able to turn into a full-time thing that I could do.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think honestly, being in the army that's a lot of responsibility. I gotta say, especially like what you gotta do with the weapons and stuff. I think, I cannot imagine working in the army because there's a lot of responsibility you gotta do, and respect, man, respect.
Yeah,
That's
there's a lot of responsibility, but it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
all right, Twortles. Let me change.
Well,
Camera.
not full-time VR. That would be super cool. But my normal 9 to 5 job is IT. So, I'm the guy that people go, oh, Twortles, my computer doesn't work. And I go, have you turned it off and on again, sir? Yeah, jokes. But yeah, I guess the title would be systems administrator. So I just kind of make sure things work. I can't go like too into detail about the stack and everything and what we do, because that would just take ages. But that joke earlier about people calling me and me telling them turn their computer off and on again, I wish sometimes it's a joke, sometimes it's not. That just happened to me last Friday. So
It's like, hey, yo, this computer's not starting. Have you checked the plug? No. And then I see it's just not connecting with the actual energy and stuff.
oh my God, I had some lady, I think she just like pulled the power plug to her like PC with her foot or something, and she was like furiously calling me, Twortles, my computer is not starting. And I was like, oh my God, like crazy. Went over there to her cubicle. I was like digging around. There's like this thing called the OSI model, and first thing you want to check is like, physical connections. I'm like, all right, Twortles, you got this. I go under her cube, unplugged.
Oh,
Unplugged. She was like, I have this report. It's due in a couple hours. I'm like, how you unplugged it? I don't know how you unplugged it, man. So it is what it is.
That's average IT day. Okay, no, not average. But
Average.
Yeah.
you just
One of those
went under her
days.
desk. Yeah, you went under
Yeah.
this. All right, well, I accessed the mainframe. Went ahead and fixed it for
Yeah,
you.
hacker man into the servers and everything.
Everything seems to be all set. You're good to work on your report.
Dude, before we go to wuushie, I really have to say fuck. Okay, no, not fuck, but like I need somebody who can. Wait. If you guys can control cameras, please contact me. I'm super bad at this. Holy shit. Okay, wuushie. I'm sorry.
I had multiple jobs throughout, which all sort of benefit to content creation. I was, what was it? Videographer for a startup in college. I did sales for Apple also in college. And then the one I'm at right now is not really for content creation, but it's maintenance. I work on a historical building, and it's fun. It's sometimes a lot of work, but most of the time I do get to just relax. And some days it's just overwhelming, like things being clogged in pipes inside the buildings. Probably the most nerve-wracking thing I've done was replace fluorescent lights above cars that cost more than I've ever seen collectively in my life.
Oh God.
It's
Oh man.
like really high-end people tend to go here. And they're like, "Oh yeah, go replace the light." I'm like, "Oh okay." Grab my lighter. I'm like, "Oh, it's above a Tesla," or "Oh, it's above." I don't know cars at all, but you can tell that it's
Yeah. Oh God.
it's worth a lot. So it's
Hey,
It's a
maintenance
lot.
gang. I feel you. Maintenance gang.
You're only touching systems and inventory that costs a couple $1 million.
Yeah,
No big
it's
deal.
yeah.
If you mess up, not a big deal, right?
Honestly, I think all of these jobs that we have are like, I think every job is very responsible. What I have to do, for example, I work in a nursing home, so I work with elderly people, especially with people who suffer from suffer from dementia. So, and what we do is like we do like group sittings, like we play cards, we go outside with them, take them for a walk, and like take care of them. Honestly, it is very much fun. It's also very much fun to learn. I mean, I'm very young, and usually my colleagues are like already father, mother, and I'm technically working with the elderly, not elderly people, but with the older people from my range. But um, it can be stressing. And what I unfortunately did in November when everything started to pop off, um, I started smoking, and that's not good. That's not good to kind of like release the stress. And that's where we get to the next question, guys. Let me see. What good and or bad traits did you adopt from doing content creation? This is really interesting, I think.
Let's see. Good, bad traits. So I guess I'll start with the bad traits. Obviously, with doing content creation or being in VR, you are inside a lot, editing, sitting at your computer, a lot of stuff. So you don't get too much. It's not often you get a lot of physical activity. So, with the Air Force, you do have to stay fit, stuff like that. They test you to make sure you're still fit and stuff like that. And here I am at home, just like clicking away, like stuff like that, right? And so it's hard to stay fit, stay healthy when I'm doing this sort of thing with content creation and stuff like that. Luckily, with like the Mighty Gym and stuff like that, I've been getting to, do exercise in VR with friends and all that stuff to try to stay a little bit fit and things like that. So that is one bad trait that I've picked up from doing this, is just like I'm definitely not as physically healthy as I was when I got out of boot camp,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you also have a good trait or only?
Oh, good trait. Okay, let's do some good.
It's only down
good
here
traits.
now.
Definitely some from content creation. It has given me the ability to speak with a lot of people, to be more social. That's an awesome thing, because with the military, you move around so much. Like I lived in Miami, and then I went to Vegas, and then I went to Georgia, which is where I currently am, and now I'm about to move to Korea. So it's hard to maintain relationships with friends and stuff like that, because you're always seeing them, you meet them, they're great friends, and then you have to leave. You're going your separate ways and stuff like that. That's how my experience has been. So with VR and content creation, I've been able to meet people that I would have never met in a million years. Some of my best friends I've met because of VRChat and VRChat content creation. So I just love the social aspect of doing this.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think VRChat is very like, social platform. You can meet people all around the world. For example, I live in Germany. I'm sitting here at what I think, almost 11 p.m. and I think you guys are all from America. So that's a different time. So
it's
yeah,
4:30.
For example, that's like already a huge difference. But you can use VRChat. For example, I don't know if I would tell my friends that, yo, guys, go buy a Quest headset and come on VRChat because I'm too lazy to meet y'all. I don't know if that would be great, but it would be an option. For example, if I want to see them in VRChat while I'm, for example, creating content or having a meetup or you name it. But yeah, VRChat is definitely a way for people to, keep social contacts fresh, fit, and I would say alive. Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
Definitely. All right, good. Twortles.
All I do is cope. I'll start with the bad things and then I'll go with the good things. So my answer, I think, might not be a surprise for all of us because we create content, but has more to do with identity and ego and the mentality that comes with, creating content in this space. You can ruminate on so many things and just have all these ideas floating in your head, and that can just cause you a lot of stress because you want to put out the best thing possible, not just for the people who are watching it and following you for it, but for yourself as well. So that's kind of been a thing that I've been struggling with here and there. And, of course, fitness is like a big part of it now. So waking up early in the morning, going for a morning walk, that really helps clear your mind and just getting into good habits so you can kind of balance all of those things that you might be thinking about. Because one second you're thinking, oh, this is going to be a fire idea. Then you sit down and you're drafting it out, you're writing the script, Chat GPT is my best friend, so you start doing things, right? And then you actually get to the part of execution and you think, is this gonna work? I imagine all of you guys have scrapped so many projects, right? Just because it doesn't go out the way that you imagine it to be. So that's just one factor of the bad parts. But the good parts, like Twice said, definitely the social factor and meeting so many people. And I think what's really powerful about not just virtual reality, but I guess the internet in general is having that space to build an identity without any preconceived notions about who you might have been prior to you as an avatar. So I can create content freely without me having to worry about, oh, people from high school or, my family or whatever, unless you're doxxed. That's a choice you make, right? Unless you're doxxed. But at least for me, it gives me that peace of mind. And if some things do happen to, I guess, Twortles, I still have my IRL life, my friends, the people I can hang out with, and, compartmentalize those things and keep it very distinct. So like you wouldn't hang out with your work friends or work colleagues the same way you would hang out with your high school homies, right?
Yeah.
It's sort of like keeping that distinction, which I think is one of the good parts about VRChat.
Yeah, definitely. I think you put it right in how. Dude, I'm losing my freaking words right here, bro.
Right in the gulag.
Well,
yeah, the gulag.
Okay, I'm not a native English speaker. I can take that as an excuse. Okay.
Yeah, that's all good.
I think you put it really in the right words by this, like split it, like not like you would say. Yeah, my work colleagues are my friends, or I mean, you can make them two friends if the connection is like really good and if everything harmonizes. But you usually split these two to not like put yourself in stress or put yourself in this like weird in between feeling. Because I honestly have this sometimes. We do have like colleagues that that invite us into, for example, for grill parties and stuff, which is really cool. Which is I always love to be invited into grill parties. It's free food. Okay, no, but
food.
But it's just you need to kind of like split it, because I don't know, else it would feel stressy. I can't really describe it, but you guys
stressy.
Know. Yeah, stressy.
Yeah. I mean, there might be a point where, I dox, right? And I have a lot of respect for people who do dox, because I don't think that's a very easy decision to make, especially because we've seen throughout the history of the internet, people who get doxed and just, the price they pay, that's also like a big interesting thing to think about. So for now, like Twice said, it's easier to hide in the gulag, man.
Yeah.
All right, that sums it up.
That sums it up.
Wuushie. I completely talked right into it. Okay. Yeah.
What was the question again, just so I can...
Yeah, I forgot as well.
Yeah. What good and bad traits did you adopt from doing content creation?
With the bad traits, it was, I guess, number chasing. You're getting very creative and you're enjoying what you're doing, and you upload that video and you're just addicted to this screen. You're waiting for those numbers to go up.
Oh,
if they do go up, is statistics. It's my favorite. you see the numbers go up, you're like, oh, I'm the funniest person alive. I can't believe that, that chance I took finally paid off. Yeah, I love this. And then you upload another one, like, I'm so creative. Let's upload another one. You upload another one, and it's like, you're like, oh, I only got, 300 views. I'm not funny anymore. I'm worthless. My creativity is meaningless. And it hampers you sometimes. So what I've done is I don't even have TikTok on my phone anymore. I just upload via desktop and I close out. I
Yeah.
don't want to look at the numbers at all. I'm tired of like it's got to do good or I'm worthless, whatnot. And it's probably the worst habit for me was just number chasing, and it just really sucked the creativity out of me for a good amount of time because I just wanted to keep uploading just thousands and thousands of viewed videos, boost my ego. But at the same time, if you put your heart into a video and it does bad, it can just kill your motivation, and sooner or later you're just going to stop uploading.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you're done with content creation because it's hurt you so much.
Ooh, that definitely. Oh God.
Yeah.
I very much relate to this. It's like when you have this big project and everyone knows about it, or you kind of like do like, you kind of like tease it, and then it just gets this low reputation, I would say, or this low views. It's killing the motivation. It's like, oh, I've been working on this project for so long, and hours and hours of editing, of creating the right footage and stuff, and then just like what, 300 views, 200. I mean, these are still people that watch this video, which is cool, but it's not like what you expect from all the effort that you put in this specific video. And it just goes, motivation goes down. But I very relate to this a lot, especially in I think it's even more different on TikTok. I'm not sure, but on YouTube it's definitely a problem. It's really incredible. It's insane. And the thing is, every time I upload a video, I'm like, oh cool, I love statistics so much. And I have to say it, the statistics to videos are always interesting because you can like check out, okay, how long do people watch this video, and how many minutes, and from where are these people come from? Where are my viewers come from? Do they come from America? Do they come from Europe? Do they mostly come from Asia? I don't know. North Korea? Okay, no. Okay, no.
Okay.
But like, it's I started to love the statistics when I did YouTube, like pushed every week a video, because the statistics are super interesting, but you can really fall in like a black hole with these numbers. It's really a dangerous spot. Yeah.
Yo, I really resonate with what the both of you guys are saying. Have you guys ever just worked so hard on a video, it flopped, and then you make like a low quality post that's like, you know what?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
whatever, man. And you throw into the wild and it just like blows up, and you're like, what? But the effort.
Let's go. YouTube algorithm. Let's go.
Yeah, honestly, it's so true. It's so true.
And then you're like thinking, why do people like the low quality stuff, man? I tried so hard.
I don't know. Sometimes it's super confusing. I don't know why. I don't know if it's YouTube or the viewers. I can't really distinguish from both of them because it's so weird. I can't describe it. It's like its own little system. Honestly, don't know what to say about this. It is what it is, boys. It is what it is.
What it is.
All right, let's get this moving and see what I else have on my Google Docs papers. What? Oh yeah. That definitely works. We should have put this into the traits, but what keeps you motivated in creating content? That's very interesting as well.
I think for me is that it is my dream to do YouTube full time and stuff like that. So that's one of the main things that motivates me. and as well as the people that watch my videos, my fans, they motivate me as well. My friends, my family now, because back then my family, when I first told them about the idea, like, yeah, I'm doing YouTube, my mom laughed at me, right? So my mom laughed at me, but as soon as it started picking up numbers and I started making more money, now they're taking it seriously, right? So they're motivating me, they're supporting me, and stuff like that. And also, like we spoke about in the last question with the YouTube analytics, even though some of my videos may not perform well, you see those gray arrows going down, like, yeah, you didn't get, you fucking suck. Stuff like that. I try to turn into something positive. That more seeing my videos not perform well motivates me. All right, this next video I gotta pop off. I gotta freaking edit this like super well. I gotta make a pog thumbnail with an awesome title, stuff like that. So I try to turn it into something positive, any type of like negative thing that might come from YouTube and stuff like that. What was the question again? I'm not gonna lie, I kind of forgot.
What keeps you motivated in creating content?
Oh yeah.
Boom.
So yeah, my friends, my family, and most importantly, just my dream to do YouTube full time, making content, stuff like that. I just love spending hours editing every day and stuff like that.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I very much relate to spending hours on just creating videos, or like, I don't know, what I do is like I record like a scene that I have in my head when it comes to filming. I just record like this one specific scene and edit it to the point it looks like a movie scene, and I'm like, oh fuck it, I just put it in trash. It's so bad, but it still motivates because you kind of like experiment as well. So yeah.
Yeah. So even though like maybe this video didn't perform well, stuff like that, it's still very special to me because I put, my heart and soul into this video, stuff like that. Even though it may not have popped off in the YouTube algorithm, it's still something that I can look back on years later into the future maybe and look back on, oh yeah, I made this video. Like I do enjoy watching my old videos a lot when I was like 10 years old, 9 years old. They might have like 30 views, but it's still really special. It's like a time capsule of my life that I can look back onto, which is why I love doing YouTube so much.
That's what I would undescribe. Yeah. Okay. Well,
yeah.
But you put the line right there, and honestly, I would say the same. I did Minecraft videos back then. I was grieving servers for some reason when I was a kid. I was like, oh my god, dude, I'm already cringing. But this was so funny actually. But there was a while ago, but anyways, that was when I was 10. I was stupid. I was a little kid. I was sweating heavily and stinking, and
I don't know, griefers, man.
Anyways, okay, Twortles.
So the question is, what motivates me to create VRChat content? If I got that right.
Yep.
Well, click-through rate, viewer retention rate, watch time, subscribers. The numbers never go up, right?
Analytics.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna be real. Number go up makes monkey happy. I am said monkey, right? Like, as much as I don't want to number chase, which is the hardest part about this entire thing, I can't. It's hard to not look. But outside of, numbers going up, I think one of the things that really motivates me to make content, I think Twice just said everything, weirdly.
That's an accident.
Yeah. I think Twice said it. I think Twice said everything, to be honest. I'll look at videos I made when I was in high school, trying to follow people like Swoozy and doing story times and trying to edit back then, and it is like a time capsule. And so when I think about the type of frequencies and energies that I want to give out to the world with my VRChat content, it is much about exploring, trying out new things, social VR, the Mighty Gym being one of the most recent projects that, because people are excited about fitness in VR for the most part. And I would say if you asked me a year ago, it would have been, create like personal brand. That's like where the future is headed. But more so recently, by participating in a lot of these different communities, I get this sense of warmth when I participate. I get to showcase my experience to other people and encourage other people to try new things as well. And their communities get to grow and be a lot more positive in, as well, which I think is really, really powerful. So I think that feeling of wanting to, how do I explain it, man? Like wanting to continue to do more. Like it's weird. I can't really like verbalize it, but I don't know if you guys kind of understand where I'm going with this.
I get you.
I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
got you.
I don't think that. I don't think that thought has actually like finally crystallized in my head just yet. But I like that feeling.
True. Oh man, um, I think this feeling is, it's kind of like, it's not like an addiction to editing or like publishing videos. I have this. There's something inside. I think you guys might relate to this. There's something inside of us that kind of like says, dude, this would be a great idea. Let's just write it down, make this video, and then make it cool, and people will enjoy it. And that's, I don't know. I have always this instinct feeling that when I do stuff, it's like, bah, dude, this gonna be a cool idea. I'll just write it down and just make this video and just let people enjoy this. And like an instinct, like wow. I don't know. I cannot describe it. Like I said, and I'm not really a native English speaker, so I do have a little trouble finding the right words. But I think you guys would know where I'm going with this description, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In
I
a
like
way, it has become instinctual.
Yeah, definitely. But it also took, it definitely took this, how can I say, the ball to roll, to get this instinction, to develop this kind of instinction. I feel like back then when I remember when I did the first developer update, I was like, okay, I'll just put this out and then never show my face again on this platform. But there was always this little spark that kind of reminded me, hey, this would be a cool idea, and this would be a cool idea. Write it down and create the video. Boop boop boop. Like little sparkles that started to make this huge fire that is now the channel. That I would describe it in a very philosophical way.
Yeah.
All right, wuushie.
What motivates me to keep going, like everyone said, the numbers, that's a minor part. But honestly, probably what's been happening a lot to me inside VRChat is people would come up to me and say like, hey, I've seen your stuff on TikTok or Instagram. I have not heard anyone say YouTube yet for me, but they're like, you've inspired me to, do this, to content create, which, I view myself as like an average person. I don't put myself on a high pedestal or anything, but just to hear people come up to me and be like, I love your stuff. It's inspired me to create my own stuff, which is, very heartwarming. Because, someday, you might inspire the next, big star. It might be years down the line, but, you've set the path for someone to, be an entertainer. And if me creating silly little videos on the internet puts someone into a better position, it inspires me to continue to inspire others if that's possible. But there's also creativity, so many thoughts running through your mind that you're like, I gotta write this down and I gotta film it, which helps me stay motivated because I'm like, I have not filmed this yet and it's been stuck in my mind for 3 weeks. I need to get this out. And just that over and over again, it keeps me motivated.
Yeah. Oh, I very resonate with the idea of like when people come up to you and be like, "Hey, you're my inspiration for creating my TikTok account that is now at the numbers." It's very. I would say it's very inspiring when people just come up to you and be like, "I love your content, man. You please keep doing it. It inspires me to smile." Even the simplest thing in the world is just put a smile in the face for the people that watch the video. And I think I'm very sure that I think each and every one of you sitting here definitely has this one experience where someone comes up to you and be like, "Man, you're making my day every time you upload a video." I think that's definitely something. Even for me, pretty early on when I did the developer update, people were like, "Hey man, you're making me smart. These developer updates, bro. I'm too lazy to read them, bro. But your videos, bro, keep it up, man."
Yeah,
But
hearing
Make me
people.
smirk.
Yeah, hearing
Yeah,
people
yeah.
say that your video made them smile, or they got educated from your video. It helps you bolster yourself. Be like, I have the facilities, the technology to put something out and put my dent into the earth.
yeah,
Make yourself known and having fun with it.
yeah, definitely. Oh god, I think inspiration is like one big point on creating content. At least for me, my whole idea of my content, my YouTube channel was like just to create videos that inspire other content creators to, for example, make this type of idea or this type of idea or add this or that, but also like to give viewers something that they can enjoy. But that's like inspiration is like a very big point. Definitely. Okay. Um, let me check. Okay. If we do all these questions that I have, oh, this is gonna take like what, 3-4 hours? Oh no, I might have to.
God damn.
Let's go make some more coffee.
Weird. Oh my god.
All right, let me see.
Clip it, and ship it.
Clip it and ship it. I do have a good question. I'll just pick out the biggest tanks of these questions now.
I see
Let me
ones.
see. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. What are the biggest challenges on uploading and creating content? Boom.
So YouTube wise, so yeah, for me, like, you do spend long hours editing stuff like that, but honestly, that's the easy part. Like editing stuff, like, cause I love doing that. That's just my type of thing, right? The hardest challenge are the thumbnails and the titles, right?
Oh, yes.
Cause yeah, the thumbnails and the titles are some of the most stressful. Like, I will spend like 16 hours editing a video in total. I'm like, oh shoot, okay, cool, we did that. And then I'm in Photoshop, right? I'm just like, okay, well, let me see what I could do here. All right, what if I put this here? I could spend hours in Photoshop just trying to make a thumbnail, right? And the title, man, I've been trying to think like, oh man, do I make a Mr. Beast type title? Like, I spent 24. Like, what do I do here? It's so hard to come up with like a good title and stuff like that, because in the end, with how the YouTube algorithm is and the reality of it, you can have a bomb ass video. You can have an awesome. You can make some of the best content ever seen on the platform, but it won't matter if you don't have a good thumbnail or title, and it won't run through the YouTube algorithm, so people see it on their homepages, stuff like that. That's the hardest thing, is trying to get past that little thing. It's such a small portion of content, just that thumbnail and title, because you have the whole video right there, but it's like a big wall that you gotta hop over. That's one of the hardest challenges I face, is trying to make a good thumbnail and title.
Wait. Oof. Oh, the struggle. Oh my god. How many thumbnails I had to delete because I thought they're not gonna be clickable. Oh, Jesus Christ. There's a bin full of those. But yeah, very much relate to this.
Yeah,
It's such a
exactly. Yeah.
challenge.
And then I think one more other thing is, since I'm time management, since I'm in the military, trying to balance between the two is tough. But I'm getting it down. Sacrifice my sleep a little bit, but it's all good.
All right, let's move on. And Twortles.
I guess I'll keep it kind of short, because you hit the nail on the head. Just sit there on Photoshop for like hours, and you're like, thumbnail, title, thumbnail, title, thumbnail, title, crash, right? But for me, the hardest part has always been execution and keeping up a cadence or a rhythm with uploading as well. Because you're right, time management, especially since we all juggle full-time jobs. You can't just ignore your family either, ignore your friends and your other IRL commitments. So I guess an interesting thing to think about is building out a team, because I've been, talking to people, gauging interest, editors, that sort of thing. And I guess I never really thought I would have found myself in a position where, I'm just like a basement video editor. I'll just do my thing and, never talk to people. But now it's like, I want to do this more seriously. And, it's not like Mr. Beast edits all of his videos by himself. So I never thought of myself as a manager type person, or even as a leader in some ways. I always thought I'd just be a video editor, but I think, taking on a leadership role too is one of the more recent things that I've been trying to navigate. I think that's what it is.
Oh, that's a lot of responsibility when it comes to like doing leadership. Oh,
Yeah.
like even for me, I can like only do the example of just like organizing this podcast because you kind of have to like, okay, this time and then we do this and then that and then it's already somewhat leading because technically this podcast is like, I kind of like founded in some way, so you kind of have to lead it and you kind of have to lead the people inside of there. But honestly, when it comes to leading, I have all the respect for the people that lead in jobs, groups, VRChat groups, VRChat communities. And what you do, for example, is also I think it honestly, no words. I have a lot of respect for these people because my head would just absolutely explode doing all these management type of stuff, honestly. So I think that's crazy. I think that's really crazy. I would
building out a process, right? Like, because if you want to like bring people into, I guess, the team and making the thing work, right? And as creators, I try to I think about this a lot because someone told me, are you trying to be a creator or are you trying to be the best video editor possible? And that really screwed with me for a little bit. And I was like, well, I want to be like a creator because I have all these ideas. And he was like, then why are you trying to learn like all of this stuff when your time could be better suited, I don't know, making like TikToks or shorts or writing more scripts or networking with people? And I'm like, oh man, why can't I just be a video editor, man?
Well, that's true. Okay. But yeah, honestly, it's difficult to like choose when it comes to this. Even though I would actually say for what I see, Twortles, I think you're a content creator because I haven't seen you as a video editor because I mean you do thumbnails, titles, that what we were talking about, and scripting. I very much guess you guys also script the videos because I cannot with my English I cannot. So but yeah, I would see you more as a content creator. But I think you also edited a video from Fia once. I remember. I think it was the cooking, the HelloFresh video, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. That was done. Yeah, that was a cool project to work on because I was like, I just edit. I mean, we just edit VR videos. Why not do something like IRL? I'm not gonna do anything IRL, and I thought it would have been like a cool thing to do.
It was interesting. It was really cool. All right, wuushie.
The question was the challenges we face, right?
What are the biggest challenges to upload content or create content?
Well, for me, since mine's primary TikTok, I don't have to really worry about titles because I've given up on titles on TikTok. I just leave everything blank and full send it because apparently TikTok's like, oh, if you don't have anything, we'll just show it to technically everyone. And since my humor is, I guess, well-rounded, it's enjoyed by everyone, so I don't have to worry too much. But I'd say right now is probably like YouTube for longer content. Right now, I don't have a game plan for it, but I want to. And the challenge is just trying to figure out a video to upload that isn't meant for short form.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like trying to think of ideas, scripting, titles and thumbnails for YouTube. And so far, it's very, very few YouTube videos that I've made because I just can't really piece together long-form content as I'm currently stuck in short form.
So we all start somewhere.
I have a lot of respect for you doing short form content though, because it's not easy to, I mean, capturing the attention spans of people who don't have any attention spans, right? So,
True.
like, I relate to you in the way that you struggle with long form content. I don't know what short form content is, and I think they're all like different games to play in a sense.
It is, yeah. But I would love. I want to touch every aspect of content creation. I want to live stream. I want to do YouTube videos. I want to continue with short form content. But it's just right now for me, live streaming and long form content is a complete struggle. So
Mhm.
it's right now it's like 90% short form, and then trying to figure out how to do long form.
Absolutely. And I think a good thing with doing TikTok is that it is a great gateway to get people from TikTok to show off your other platforms. For example, Twitch streaming, it's super hard, or Twitch streaming or Kick streaming, any streaming platform you use, it's super hard to, probably impossible to gain a following if that's the only thing you're doing and you just started off there, created your account, started going. It's super hard to gain a following there. By using YouTube Shorts or TikTok and stuff like that, again, it's a great path to spread out your whatever platform you're using to get people like, hey, you watch my TikToks, come check out my Twitch stream. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool stuff. So that's a great thing about using YouTube Shorts or TikToks. I gotta do it, but I'm so busy. I should hire someone. I should hire someone to make
Hey,
some
man!
YouTube Shorts.
Oh my god, dude.
Twortles.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. That's your time to get it. Yo, Twice. You should hire him as a video editor then.
Oh shoot! Hey, I'll
Hey,
DM
is
you. I'll
this,
DM you. Okay. Resume Discord server owner.
I'm a Discord mod and a Reddit mod. You know, I can't beat that.
Wuushie, we wanted to add something to this as well.
The thing with the short form is the one thing I really enjoy about short form is for the longest time my old YouTube channel, not the wuushie, but a different era. When you put your heart and soul into something and you put it to YouTube, it requires someone to see the thumbnail and the title and be like, oh, that looks interesting, and click on it. If it has a bad thumbnail, bad title, they won't click on it and they won't see, the thing you've been working on for so very long. With short form content like TikTok and YouTube Shorts, it just puts it in front of people. So if you make something compelling in shorts and you can convert those people, it's just exponential growth waiting to happen, because you can just create your type of humor, your type of personality into short form. People say, wow, that's interesting, and then they'll be inclined to check you out somewhere else. I think that's how, like, I would say this era of like VTubers and entertainers who've uploaded to TikTok first or YouTube Shorts got where they are now, because they're like in the millions of followers on TikTok, and they've been doing it for like a year or two, and people were so interested with their short form content, they were easily grabbed by Twitch, YouTube, or Kick streaming now.
Yeah.
And I love it.
I think when it comes to short form content, it's honestly super challenging, because you have to perform in these seconds of the video that you create 100%. Like you have to put all the energy into these seconds, and they gotta be entertaining. They gotta be either very interesting or, I don't know, maybe even horrifying, depending on what content you create. But I've seen some weird stuff on YouTube Shorts as well. So yeah, I'll leave that in front. But
there is a cheat sheet for that, which is basically trends. So with TikTok, people do dances or whatnot. All you do is, if you just don't have the creative juices flowing and you can't think of anything, just follow a trend for a bit. Upload a video with like your own style, use the sound, and sometimes, even though the trend is like in the millions, someone's gonna view your video for the first time.
yeah,
They'll hear the audio for the first time, and they'll find you entertaining. And then if you keep doing that, you'll slowly but surely grow an audience, and then the world's your oyster.
yeah, and then you can expand. And when it comes to trends, everyone, happy birthday, Grimace.
Happy birthday, Grimace. Drank one yesterday. It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's what is it? Berry vanilla, I think.
Some. I just call it purple because it
Mm.
yeah, it tastes purple.
I thought it was like blueberry with vanilla
I think
ice
it's
cream
blueberry.
and milk and raspberries or
I don't
something.
know. I don't got a good palate.
Yeah, same.
It's just delicious. That's all we know.
I just like good.
These are always things that appear in America, man. I also want this grimace shake, bro. It like
America number
Well, haven't you
one.
seen the trend? After you drink it, just
oh yeah,
awful things happen. You don't want that.
But you know, I want to try it so bad, bro.
I want to experience the grimace shake.
I want to experience the grimace shake. Unbelievable. Well, honestly, these are just things like that only you guys Americans can get. I feel like we don't even have Taco Bell here in Germany because it's like not a
Damn.
thing. And they
Ooh.
always would love
shoot.
some Mexican food or something. You know, it's just not a thing.
Well, with Taco Bell, everything is just the same ingredients, just put differently for Taco Bell.
That's damn. Now that I'm thinking about, because I love Taco Bell. Now that you say that, that's true.
Yeah, it's
Everything
just-
tastes the same.
It's just
That's
packaged
true.
differently, but it's so good.
Yeah.
Oh man, you guys make me jealous. I don't know what to say. But
If it
okay.
makes you feel better, I haven't had Taco Bell.
Oh, okay. Okay, that
Damn.
does make me feel better.
Hey.
Okay, let's move on to the next question. Insert millionaires
Crazy
dramatic music.
transition.
Crazy transition. I mean, this one, I think we kind of already explained this one, but what do you do when you're not playing VRChat or creating videos?
Let's see. When I'm not making VRChat videos, I'm either at work, right? But when I'm not at work, I do play a lot of games with my friends, stuff like that. It could be Valorant, CS:GO, VR games,
Mortal
stuff like that.
Kombat.
I do play a lot of. What's up?
Mortal Kombat. Okay, no.
Mortal Kombat, yeah. Just like I play all types of different games and stuff like that, and or just hang out in VRChat. Honestly, recently it's been very hard to play VRChat. To socialize. Most of the time when I'm on VRChat, it's for work-related purposes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Whenever someone requests off of me, I'm like, "Oh, I'm busy right now. I'm not doing. Yep, see ya," and stuff like that. Right. So, in my free time, like especially after I upload a video, I give myself a couple days break to revitalize my energy and stuff like that. I just play games, play with my games with my friends and stuff like that. Go out to eat, cook, grocery shop, just do whatever, live my life, you know.
Yeah. Live your life. Hey, that's the
Yeah.
motto, man. Honestly, I gotta admit to this. It just
Live
either
life,
meeting-
love.
live life, love. True. Oh, hey, that's all I gotta say. Oh, that's all you gotta say. Honestly. Okay, Twortles.
What do I do in my free time that's not VRChat? Is that that's the question?
What do you do when you're not playing VRChat or creating videos?
Okay. Well, recently, like morning walks, that's been like super cool. You know, help. You know, not instead of looking at my phone first thing in the morning and like doom scrolling Twitter and being like, oh, the world's on fire again, right? Like,
True.
you know, go for a walk, drink some tea. I try to go to the gym. It's been tough sometimes because my schedule's all over the place here and there. And same thing with as you twice. I'm only really on VRChat maybe to hang out with some friends for an hour or two, or recording content or doing something related to that. I also like to cook. Been trying to read more books recently too.
Studious.
And
Oh, yeah.
hella studious,
the
bro.
glasses.
Yeah, you got the whole thing, yeah. Try to read books here and there. Oh my god, I really don't do anything outside of VRChat making content. Oh my god.
When it comes to books, I straight up always have to think of, if you guys know the book, The Divine Comedy by
Oh yeah, Dante Alighieri.
yeah, Dante. I've been reading this so often. Bro. I was watching Wendy Goon's video about this. I thought this was so interesting with Inferno, Purgatorio, and then what was it? I think Heavenleo, or I don't know, Paradiso. I think it was.
Yeah.
But
There's a lot.
super interesting. Yeah, when it comes to books. But yeah, honestly, I can agree. I go on VRChat only for either for meeting friends, for doing I don't know, going into public worlds for a few minutes and see what's going on, if there's something, or if there's a person I can maybe meet and be friends with, or usually content related. And yeah, that's I also gotta admit to
Hobbies.
this,
This is our hobby.
this is our hobby, bro. All right, wuushie.
Mine's probably the worst out of all of us. When I'm not on VRChat, I'm usually just at home. I'm not. It's very rare for me to play games with friends because I don't really ask them. I usually just, maybe they'll ask me. So I'm just,
I relate.
I'm just sitting by my computer, kicking my legs, watching YouTube videos. But I am addicted to the Steam Deck, which is Steam's new handheld PC. So if I'm not in VRChat and I'm not, kicking my legs watching YouTube, I'm probably like hours into a game on my Steam Deck. Also, but sitting in front of my computers with my legs up on the desk.
Oh yeah.
You same.
Dude.
Sometimes I'll be sitting like this.
Yeah, like
Yeah. On the desk, just like, "Ooh, I got my super, expensive computer right here, but I'm playing on my handheld."
Oh man, that reminds me of if I'm very much sure you guys know XQC, and he's kind of like sitting like this, like little goblino. That's how I always
like
chill
this,
when I watch a video or watch a movie. I'm like chilling like this and like having my mouse and like click click click. That's what I usually do.
Yeah.
But yeah, kind of like sitting habits, I reckon. When you do
Oh,
specific
you look hella
stuff.
comfy right now.
Oh yeah, I have
Oh yeah.
weird sitting habits.
shit. Yeah, dude, my legs are completely my body. But yeah, that happens.
Yeah, sometimes I'll be editing. I like feet on the table, keyboard and mouse right here. Just
Yeah, like one leg,
Oh,
like
man.
this, tack, boom. Yeah.
both legs up, just like, all right, shoot, got the editing. Let me ask this guy for an interview.
Dude, that was me. I was like, okay, yeah. What's up, wuushie? You do your time for the interview again?
Oh, the legs up on the desk. It's just a freeing feeling.
Oh yes. I don't know what it is, but it just works. I don't know. All right.
We're people just like you.
True. I mean, I'm not an alien. I might look blue, but I'm not deep.
You're not?
gubby
You're
guy.
not blue in real life?
Prove it.
Next thing you're gonna tell me is wuushie's not a Spartan IRL either.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Right on, dude. Okay, where's my forgettable? Shit, fuck. I fucking hate this language. I'm sorry. But you guys, okay. Like
The Men in Black thing where they click the clip
zoom
and
in,
you
they-
forget everything.
you guys will never know about this. All right. Let's see what else I got. Okay, first of all, we are almost. Yeah, we are good hour in. That's crazy, everyone. Yo, let's go. 1 hour in. Hey. And oh yeah, this is definitely gonna be something that is very interesting for people who do want to start out with content creation in general, which is what tips and tricks would you give to other content creators that are currently starting out with YouTube or with TikTok?
So the number one thing I tell people when they ask me this question is to have fun with it. The best part about YouTube is just to be able to create this content, time capsule thing like I explained last time. It's a really fun thing that I encourage people to try out, see if they like it. Stuff like, hey, try making videos, you'll love it. Stuff like that. Try not to get too much into the numbers. Don't worry about them too much. Maybe in the future when you get bigger, maybe you have to worry about it. But for now, just don't forget about those numbers, bro. Just blindfold your eyes to the numbers and stuff like that, and just have fun with it. Don't spend a lot of money. You don't have to spend a lot of money on equipment and things like that to make good content, stuff like that. I used to be making content on a folding table and and stuff like that. Don't worry about spending too much, stuff like that. Just for now, just try to learn the basics, the core, what your editing program. Like, you don't have to spend money on an editing program either. You can use DaVinci Resolve. And then you use paint.net to make your thumbnails with the red arrows and stuff like that. Don't worry. The red arrows.
Dude, Every time,
Yeah, so honestly,
every time I
so
hear, like, yeah, Paint.net, it does work, but you know, the usual standard for creating thumbnails is Adobe Photoshop. Bro, I'm too stupid to learn this. I don't know. I use Paint.net. It works perfectly fine for me. I don't know.
yeah. So like when you're starting out, do not worry about having to spend money towards it. Maybe if you're actually getting more serious towards it, you can start, working with Premiere Pro or Adobe Photoshop and stuff like that. But yeah, save
Yeah,
your money,
yeah,
buy food.
definitely. Buy food, stay
Yeah.
hydrated, drink water, eat meat. No, if you're vegan, and then eat plants. I don't know. Yeah, you know. But,
Eat me,
yeah.
eat me.
Eat me. All right. Twortles, go ahead.
Well, I think this one's going to be VRChat centric, but remember that VRChat it's not just a VR game, but it's also a social platform. So even though I'm meeting Parzeval and twice for the first time, and I think this is like second or third time meeting wuushie, we we know a lot of I guess we have a lot of mutual friends who have spoke to each of us individually, and that only comes about when you actively participate in specific communities. So if you're a big role player, you could get super involved in role playing and, like Twice said, have fun making videos, maybe do a role playing recap video where you're showcasing the best jokes and the best bits, right? And sharing that would be the first step, but don't take it super seriously. Another really big community is the music scene in this game. Oh my god, it is
Oh yeah.
crazy how
Mm.
much, like, if you get involved in the music scene in VRChat, you're gonna web out to so many different possibilities. You could be a DJ, a VJ, a graphic designer, and there's so many avenues for you to be able to showcase your own creativity, or at least be in a good environment where people can teach you the things that you want to learn. So that would be my suggestion. So just be social on a social game. The black cat and the great pug are not the only two worlds to hang out with people, and don't be afraid to explore.
This right here, dude. This right here. Don't always go to the black cat, guys. Don't do this. I mean, yeah, it's cool.
It's it's the Wild West.
It's
The
really
Wild
always.
West.
Oh my god, dude. Oh Jesus Christ. I don't want to get started with stories. It would be too much. Alright. Wuushie.
Uh, repeat the question. I know it's the tips and tricks, but I want to get the full sentence so I can
Okay. What tips and tricks
say it
would
right.
you give to other content creators that are currently starting out or already do content on YouTube, TikTok, you name it?
I'd say, like what Twice said, is you don't need to spend a huge amount of money to get started. Record with what you have, and along the lines, down the line, you can buy more if you wanted to. But the important thing I'd say is to have fun. Record stuff, create stuff that makes you laugh. Others will follow. If you see a trend, put your own spin on it. Now it doesn't have to be one for one from the person you're trying to copy. Use the audio, put your spin on it, and just be creative. You might not be popular at first, but you need to make the first step. You can't do anything if you're going to wait. Once you make the first step, then you can what's the word? Understand what's the step after that to make. And then you just keep going step, and then sooner or later, a few months, a year down the line, you won't recognize the person you were when you just started because you've made that first step.
True. I think the first step is like the most important step when it comes to content creation. So it can be anything from funny moments, from, in my case, it was developer updates. In your case, it was the first video on, I think it was about how to download music on your iPhone or iPod.
My very first video I uploaded on my YouTube video was like 13 years ago. I was teaching people how to download music and put it on their iPod.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. In reality, now that I'm older, I realize I was actually teaching people how to pirate music, and I didn't know. but it's all good. It's all good. You know, like people know now. You know, there's new comments coming in like, "Thank you for the video. Now I know how to download music on my iPod."
Nice.
Yeah.
But you know, even that, you can. It's the first step on creating content. It can be anything. It can be really, when it comes to VRChat, it can really be anything. It can be well showcase. It can be just, you know, filming a plant and adding funny music and like making the plant dance or something. I don't know. Be super creative about it, and yeah, I think everyone like said it like in the most perfect way. Enjoy it. Let your creativity flow, and the first step is always the most important. And just go with it. Don't overthink it. Don't think about the opinions that are online. Freak those people. If you enjoy your content, if you enjoy the content that you create, go ahead. No one should stop you, honestly. No one should put like a barricade in front of the path that you want to go. Boom. I think that's what how we could say this. Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go. Ooh, now we're getting to the interesting questions. Oh.
Oh, juicy stuff.
Yeah.
Oh,
Here,
okay.
okay, these are less focused about content creation, but more about VRChat, which I think are very interesting.
Mhm.
What do you see? Oh, wait. Where do you see VRChat in the future? Oh.
On my
Question.
computer.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Man,
yeah,
it's-
that's true.
True. That is a hard. Where do I see VRChat in the future, man? That is so hard because the VR market is still like very much new and still like a little baby. Like console wise, like it's like the PS1 where VR is right now. Maybe going on to the PS2 eventually, but it's hard to predict. Like I wasn't expecting the easy anti-cheat update. I wasn't expecting. You know, it's so unpredictable that it's hard to see where VRChat will be in the future. But what I'm hoping to see in the future. Let's see. I hope that it won't be harder to run. That I won't die in public
Yeah.
lobbies. Or yeah, I should just buy a new computer, man. But I just want to see a ton of new features, that more accessibility options, things, better quality of life stuff to improve upon the game.
Yeah. Oh, VRChat developers, please freaking add freeze frame. Jesus Christ. Oh my god. I'm sorry, but this is like another topic. But when we did the Five Nights at Freddy's short film, and you can see the animatronic shaking, we needed a fucking freeze frame, guys, man. It would have made things much better, but you know that's up to the developers. But
Well,
yeah,
with limitations, there is creativity. You might not have freeze frame, but I have my base stations hooked up to smart outlets, so I can just tell them to turn off, and my character freezes.
That's
Oh.
crazy.
And all I gotta do is say,
Okay.
turn back on, and I'm back in.
What?
Technology.
Oh my god.
Power. Alexa, turn off my base station.
Yeah, it's also nice because sometimes your base stations will, freak out and whatnot, and you're flying in all different directions. You're like, you know what? Give me a second. Turn off the base stations, turn them back on, and your body's not flying 9 miles to the east anymore.
Classic power off, power on trick.
Yeah, basic
What?
IT.
I should have actually thought about this. Oh my god. Yeah. Anyways, that's already a finished project. So okay, Twortles.
Oh, well, I guess I tend to look at the extreme sides, both the good and the bad. I think I'll just start with the bad and then the good. I think, like with a lot of different industries, when VR becomes more normalized, the adoption curve, right? Right. When VRChat or even social VR as a concept becomes more mainstream, I think we are gonna see, to a certain extent, some level of regulation just coming in. I don't know about like lawmakers, like, oh, you can't be like an anime boy in these world. Like, I don't think that's gonna happen, right? Right? Right. But I think there is gonna be more rules set into place, especially because of the new introduction of the creator economy. But in the future, what I would really like to see is similar to a lot of the other, I guess, social games that I've played. Like, I don't know if you guys play like Gaia Online when you were way younger, or Maple. So I played a lot of Maple Story, right? There's always like these underground markets and stuff. So I think it'd be a really cool concept to have it be more open, and I don't know about like regulated, because I think the people will figure that out for themselves. But it would be super cool to see more creators turn full time and be rewarded for the work that they put in to their passions.
Yeah.
So, bad side of things is going to get regulated. But on the flip side, maybe more people can actually eat off of doing the work that they're doing online.
No, that would be really cool. I could just flex to my mama. Hey, mama, I'm making VR content and you don't. Huh. You're jealous.
What?
No, but like it will be
Random diss to your mom.
I think the creator economy is like something that is definitely gonna support all of us, but also people who do avatars, who do worlds, people who create worlds. For example, I mean that's quite a hot topic, but they could like make an extra room for the people that support them, which would be cool, and a way to, for example, to make this happen. But I also think that the creator economy is definitely very useful for us, because not many people just go on how can I say it, on Twitch to donate or subscribe, because it would be pretty substantial to just I like this guy, but I'm too lazy to go on Twitch and just donate him. That's sometimes how I feel when it comes to like XQC. No, XQC is like he's already streaming, but
the juicer himself.
I don't have a good example, honestly, but there's this feeling of like, I don't want to follow this guy on Twitch, but I do want to support him. And technically, the VRChat creator economy is one way to support us directly in VRChat, and I think that's just honestly like a benefit for everyone who creates stuff and does something for the community. So that definitely is a VRChat W VRChat. Boom boom. That's all I say.
W VRChat.
W VRChat. Okay. Wuushie.
We're gonna have to do the question one more time because it's
No worries.
I feel
getting
bad for
lost
you,
in
man, because you're always at
everyone's-
the end.
Where do you see VRChat in the future?
I'd say it's when I first started with VRChat, it was kind of bleak because it seemed like just to me like an asset flip. It was just putting Unity into a multiplayer and then that was it. But like for the past year and a half, they've been adding so much stuff that it's currently like on track with like Ready Player One. I want to see, like an inventory system where someone can have like like a prop gun or like an item or something, and you can just add it, and then it's yours now. I feel like that would be coming up. The creator economy is a great thing. People would be able to make money doing what they love in VR. I personally think the future of VRChat is going to be a good one. The EAC update, even though it was controversial, was a good move because I have like 90% have not seen crashers.
Yeah.
It's
True.
stopped so many script kiddies from coming in and clapping lobbies and ruining everyone's night. I think within the past I don't know when the EAC came out, but I like to say within the past 4 months or so, I think I've been crashed twice. And without EAC, it was like maybe once or twice every week.
Oh, jeez.
So it seems like just they're listening to feedback and they're continuing to add features that clients used to have, like freeze frame and whatnot. And I believe they have like, what's the word? They have like red tape they have to go through first to make it, ready for launch
Yeah,
first before they can introduce it. So I'm excited for the future.
that's
They're
really
trying.
cool.
That's for sure.
Yeah. Actually, what Twortles mentioned is the chart. I think I've seen it when Thrill Seeker did the post about this, but this was more about headset related. But I think we can like also put this into VRChat. So the first wave goes up, slowly goes down, and then goes up again, but like stabilizes.
Mhm. Yeah.
I think we're kind of like
We're getting
shit. And
We're getting
we're kind of like getting up, I think. That's what I feel like. We're not really falling down. I think we already passed like this 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 low section. But
We're getting
with,
higher lows. Yeah.
yeah, higher lows, yeah.
An incline. I think that's the word you're thinking of.
In incline, I think, yeah. If I'm not
We passed the
mistaken.
first wave, with the whole Uganda Knuckles era, and that just put VRChat on the map.
Yeah.
So, and I think Twice is right, higher lows. We're getting to a point where it's not just haha funny meme Kermit and Uganda Knuckles. People are actually looking VRChat as, oh, this is a real place for people to hang out, and it's not just kids screaming in Black Hat lobbies 24/7.
Okay. But yeah, that definitely like it's when the Uganda Knuckles came out in around 2017, 2018, it was like a huge up because I mean it was big. It was big. There was at least 2, 3 Uganda Knuckles in every lobby. It was big, and then it went down again. 2019, 2020. The 2020 was when Corona hit, and we were
Mhm.
all locked in place, and the Quest 2 released, and of course people jumped back into VRChat, and then goes down a bit back again. But I do think it's gonna, yeah, it's like ups and downs. So that really
Mhm.
depends on how VRChat is evolving and how VR in general is evolving with new headsets like the Meta Quest 3 and hopefully a decade this year or something. Not sure what's going on there. But the big screen, for example, or all these different headsets that are coming together. No, despite Apple Vision Pro, it's way too expensive. Holy shit! But all these different headsets that come together. I think this is gonna like definitely increase the player base and player count, and I think this is actually the future of VRChat. Just a way bigger community, time by time, and year by year, it just definitely increases. And I mean, we see it in the statistics. And the funny thing is that EAC was a short drop down on player count, but it instantly standed up again.
Came
And
back up.
yeah, like no time. It was honestly, it wasn't really a big deal on EAC. I think it was a good decision. It's funny. I actually got criticized for supporting the EAC idea because people, don't have these accessibilities anymore with I think it was personal mirror and face checker and stuff like this. But everyone's happy
They
now. I
fixed
think.
it.
Yeah, fixed it.
Yeah.
Fixed it. They all
Fixed
added
it.
this. So
Only took a hot minute.
true.
Yeah.
I think if they added all these features before they did the EAC, I think there would be less like outrage and less riot. But that was already a year ago. So I think they dropped it in 27th of July, kind of almost a good year. So yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people that said that, like, I'm going to chill out VR, bro, or I'm going to Rec Room, bro. They came right back. Yeah, I still
Yeah.
see them around.
They straight up came right back. Even like, oh, Neos VR, and this VR, and all these chill out VR, Neos VR, and chill VR, and sofa VR, and all these
I never heard of Sofa
programs.
VR.
but you
No,
guys
I
know what
haven't
I
heard.
mean. Like all these
There's a lot of platforms.
yeah, all these social platforms, they were like this second, the first choice back then, but now it's just VRChat, I feel like, and Rec Room, of course, but Rec Room is like so easy to access, so Yeah, definitely a different thing. Okay. Hot talk. Let's see what. Right as we talk about other social platforms, what makes VRChat so unique to other social platforms?
So unique as to other social platforms, as I think,
Mhm.
again, you are completely limitless in what you can upload, worlds you can create, and stuff like that. The closest thing to VR chat in terms of like player counts and relevance is Rec Room, right? You do have Chill Out VR and Neos, but those really fell off. They're still there, but like Rec Room's like the closest thing to VR chat in terms of like player counts and all that stuff. But the thing with Rec Room is that it is a lot more regulated in the things you can make. So you have your bean avatars and stuff like that. I can't be this in Rec Room. I can be a little bean guy instead. Um, so I think that's one big thing with VR chat that sets it apart from everything else is the limitless potential and avatars like limitless. Like I've seen some crazy stuff in public lobbies. I've seen some crazy stuff, yeah, and fantastic games. Like there's so many fun games in VRChat that I wish people would play, but Black Cat, mirror dwelling stuff like that is still a big thing. So yeah, just the ability to create and do whatever you want is one thing that's super unique about VRChat.
The freedom.
Yeah.
Freedom of VRChat. That's definitely it.
Yeah, sometimes with a little too much freedom, you can see some crazy stuff, but that's what it's all about.
Oh, I have to add a point. I have to add a question to this then for later on. Okay, Twortles.
Is the question, how is VR chat different from other social media platforms or other VR social platforms?
I can read it again. What makes VRChat so unique to other social platforms? So I guess what's like different, what makes it more outstanding, type of.
Well, you can't do this in Instagram.
Okay.
You can't
Okay,
do that on
sturdy
Instagram.
with it. Okay,
Let's go. Hey.
Right?
Oh,
Right?
okay.
You can't like high-five each other. Yeah.
Oh, dude, I
yeah.
gotta add an explosion to this.
You can't do any of those cool things and feel like you're actually interacting with people on your traditional screen social media platforms. But like Twice said, worlds, games, events, live events, performances, shows, things like this, right? Instead of, hey, can you fly over to Germany and do a podcast?
Yeah, guys, come over.
Yeah, let's just hop in. So I think that would be the biggest difference between social VR versus your traditional social media platforms.
Yeah, true. I think sorry, I got a notification and I kind of like oops. Yeah,
You're pinged.
You're pinged. Spider layer, yeah. Anyways. I think honestly when it comes to this Jesus Christ, I forgot what I wanted to say. No. This freaking spider
My
layer.
dance moves were too powerful. I made you forget. Yeah, man.
That's why I was. So you have the freedom to move. I mean, it does. It does. It's expensive in some sort of way to kind of like move your feet around, depending on what you use. But you have the freedom, not like in Rec Room now, to move your feet, to sit on a chair and technically simulate in some sort of way that you are actually sitting on this alien sofa. But you have this freedom, and I think freedom really puts VRChat into one description: freedom.
Yeah, and just to add on to that point really quickly, you're completely right about freedom and movement, because trying to tell someone a joke over Discord is really different when you can act out the joke in VR. And so you can actually play into bits and jokes and have fun with that. And here's like also a really interesting thing. If that's something you've been doing in VR for so long, when you do meet your friends in IRL, it's like nothing's different because you're acting the way that you are in VR, but in real life. So it's actually not weird or odd at all.
Yeah.
So definitely freedom of movement is a big one.
Oh yeah, definitely. 100%. I think, yeah. Freedom really puts it nail into the spot. All right. wuushie.
They've pretty much said everything. It's I guess popularity is what makes VRChat unique. I'll guess everyone's been positive. I'll dip into the negative.
Yeah, go for it, bro.
Uh, it's essentially just popularity. VRChat's, pretty much when you talk about virtual reality, VRChat's the name that's on top. If like Neos or Chill Out or anything else did a giant market push, there's a chance that they could swipe everyone away, because it's taken VRChat quite a bit of time to add quality of life features, which was, I think, after EAC. Before EAC, it was just, update here, update there. But with EAC, they're like, okay, here's a personal mirror. Okay, here is, now a chat box. Okay, here is now the creator economy coming soon. With Neos, they have essentially an in-game Unity engine. So if you wanted to upload an avatar, you can take your friends into a world and say, okay, here it is. You click on a thing in the game, drag a file from your desktop in the game, and be like, okay, we can create an avatar via multiplayer. Everyone can hit a button or whatnot. So
that's cool.
Neos is... I've tried it for like a few hours. I really enjoyed it because they do have an inventory system. You can, I spent like 2 hours with a silly string item because someone's like, here, wuushie, silly string. I'm like, I can't grab that. I'm like, I can grab this. Like, yeah, you can also put it in your inventory. What do you mean? It's like, I could go to a different world, different instance, pull out silly string. And you could just keep doing that. But with VRChat, you're stuck. If they're like, silly string in the world, you could grab it. You can only use it in this world. But with Neos, you can grab it and take it with you. But, VRChat may be limited, but it's very popular. And I'm so hopeful, so very hopeful that they continue to improve and add these just mind-blowing new updates to it, because everyone's on VRChat. And with at any moment, a separate app could do the biggest market push and just take everyone. But it's just popularity. That's the negative aspect of it.
Yeah. I honestly
Meta Horizon's on top. Woo!
Oh god, okay, no, we don't talk about that.
Let's go, Meta Horizon's on top. Let's go.
I honestly think people are not gonna like move places, because I feel so welcomed, and I feel like in VRChat, when you're around in VRChat and like talk to random people, you can just that's a really cool part about VRChat too. You can just go to someone and just talk. You're just like, hey, what's up? How you guys doing?
Talking.
How's
your day going? How are the kids? How are the wife?
Yeah, but you can like just start a conversation with someone who you don't know of. If you do that in the streets in the city you live, for example, I don't know, someone would be like, bro, who are you?
Can't punch him in the streets. He'll go to jail.
Yeah, you can't.
Hey, how's it going?
Slapping it. Hey, what's up, man? How you doing, bro? Just hitting the slap, but no, for real. I think I would say VRChat has freedoms. Yeah, I mean I talked about this before. Freedoms, but there are some things and limitations like TOS, and you don't have no inventory, guidelines, and there are things that are just limited in VRChat. Maybe for good, maybe not for good. We'll see.
Double-edged sword, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, double-edged sword. So it really depends on what VRChat is going to add in the future. And now we're coming back to the future thing, but we already finished this one. But VRChat can develop into something so huge that we might even not think about the possibilities that there are. Because it's still so much... It's like... You can explore this place and you still haven't checked out all the worlds. There's so much crazy stuff, even avatars and stuff, so there's always something to find. So technically VRChat is still like a question mark for us in some sort of way. because you will also meet different people. You will also meet different, I don't know, content creators, different avatars, different worlds. So, but honestly, I can really relate to everything you guys said. It's yeah, that's all. That's all I can say.
I'm a
when it comes to-
figment of your imagination.
Hmm?
I'm imaginary. I'm not real.
What?
Wake up! The accident wasn't your fault.
Wake up! Wake up! Oh!
All right, everyone. We have 2 more questions to go. We're almost.
Okay.
Oh, geez, we are almost 2 hours in. Oh god, I didn't want it to just.
Like editing this, bro. Yeah,
Oh,
glad I don't have to do it.
I'll contact you later on. Don't worry about it. Okay. Well, technically, we already answered this question. Is what features would you like to see to be implemented into
Yeah.
VRChat? And that would be inventory system, for example. I don't think that we really have to answer this question together anymore. Or do you want to say
I
something
think we
about
covered most of it
it? Yeah,
throughout the entire thing.
I think. But the last question is going to be very interesting. VRCat
okay.
or VRRat?
Ooh.
Ooh.
I need to think about
I'll
this
just
one.
drop
It's
this.
tough.
I'll just
I
drop
think-
this emote out here.
Oh my goodness.
no.
my
Oh,
goodness.
okay.
I think
You're covered in
man,
rats.
I love them both. I got the VRCat plushie, but VRRat is very special to me because I don't know if you guys remember at one point in time, it was during April Fool's, that rat took over the Twitter account, right? I
Yeah.
was like, oh my god, the rat took over the Twitter account, right? And so I was like, oh shoot, yo, VRRat, quick, before you get caught, bro, follow my Twitter account. They follow my Twitter account, and so that's why I love VRRat so much. So that's why I love
Jeez.
VRChat. Yeah.
Jeez, they did it.
He's a homie. He's a homie. So I think, I think VRRat.
Yeah. Okay. VRRat. Then we're 2 of us now. All right. Twortles.
Oh man, dude, this is the hardest question out of this entire podcast, man. I think, I never really spent a lot of time with VRCat, so I think VRRat is funny. I'm pretty rebellious by nature, and I like the fact that VRRat just does not give 2 Fs about anything. So, I think I have to give it to the rat for this one, unless the VRCat has cool memes that I may reconsider.
True. Wuushie.
It's a toss-up for me. It's a tough one. 'Cause I also have the VRCat plushie.
Oh.
W plushie. Yeah.
W
Man,
plushie.
This is tough. With one hand, you got what is it? I think you have VRCat's butt on the backside of your menu,
Yep. I see
Mhm.
it.
Yeah.
Kind of
but
That is cool. I didn't even
but
know that.
VRRat was on the website though.
true. He was invading my.
Yeah.
My profile.
It's it's so hard.
I think that's the hardest question I ever asked in this podcast, I think.
VRCat
Actually, the hardest.
VRCat's only been on the UI and the website, where VRRat has been on the Twitter posting memes.
That is true.
Ooh, that's true.
So that's a point there for me. VRCat's been there almost the entire time, but VRRat's been there for 1 day and has made more impact. So I'm gonna go with VRRat.
Yes.
okay.
Let's
Okay.
go.
4-0.
Full squad VRRat.
VRRat.
Everyone.
Okay.
I just here you go.
The VRCat just has better community
I'm covered in
engagement.
rats.
Covered in rats. Honestly, these are actually all the questions I have. Though I really wanna. There was one thing I had to, I had to point out, and I actually wanted to make a video about this, and I actually did a social experiment about this. I don't know if we should talk about this. It's very, very controversial, but it's about oversexualization in VRChat. What do you guys think?
Dang, that is
I saw that Twitter post.
Then that is crazy stuff. So over sexualization. So one big problem with VR chat, with how free it is and unmoderated it is, comes weird people. You have some weird people.
Ain't that the
Kids
truth?
can be an issue as well. And mixing weird people with kids is like mixing rice and ketchup. Right.
Oh,
Actually,
okay.
actually it's not
Yeah.
that bad.
Yeah, it's
I've
not
had
that
done
bad.
that
No,
times
I
before.
cannot.
But you know what I mean. Mixing weird people with kids is not a good combination, right?
Mhm.
So you have kids that can enter these public lobbies at the Black Cat, for example, and they can see everyone. They can see, just us just chilling. But and then in another quarter, you have these e-girls, right? Just like fucking sitting like this, by the mirror, stuff like that, half
Oh,
naked,
yeah.
half naked,
Yeah.
like the physics and everything when they're moving around and all that stuff. It's not good for kids to see and stuff like that, right? So I personally wouldn't know how to moderate that. Luckily I'm not a VR chat dev, so I don't gotta worry about it, right? But yeah, that is one big issue with the revealing avatars that kids can see, because the game is mostly completely unmoderated.
Yeah. I think honestly this is such a hot topic. It's like there's no way you can how can I say it? You can say anything right or wrong about this, because at one thing is, it's, when we talk about freedom when it comes to VRChat, people also have the freedom to express themselves, and for some people expressing themselves means having these avatars. But the other point is that we still have children in this game that usually also, when they do go into a public world, they see this kind of stuff, and then you got to be thinking like, how is VRChat even able to moderate this? I made a video about, I don't know if you guys have seen it. It was like, we found a mommy in VRChat.
Oh, okay.
And this video was actually more of a experiment on how people would react to like an avatar that has a little less clothing that that
Some juice.
that has juice
Some
in that
juice.
sense
Some juice.
on the thumbnail and in the video, but it was comedy. Of course, it was like a 1 minute video about something very funny, which I think was funny, but how people would react to this. And I noticed that this, for example, gets more views, but I also noticed that people that do content like this do blow up more in that sense, because it's just over sexualized in some sort of way. There are a few content creators that I'm not gonna name out of respect. They're probably really, really, really cool people in real life, no question. But the content they do is really questionable. But that's all I can say. I'm not.
Well, the
saying
saying is sex sells.
that's true.
Yeah, exactly. When
You-
people scroll through their phone and they see those thumbnails, they go, boing, yoing, yoing, yoing. The eyes pop out.
Oh, God. But that's true. That's true. I mean, it's
It's the cartoon Awooga.
Yeah.
it's honestly unfortunate to see this. Even on VRChat on Twitch, I do see this a lot, where they just
Oh my God. Don't get me started.
but yeah,
Oh, dude, don't go on the Twitch section
Oh,
for
God.
VRChat.
it's
There's
on
some people
Twitch.
doing some cool stuff, but like 90% of it is pretty rough.
Yeah.
The
Pretty
people
rough.
doing like pretty cool stuff is mostly overshadowed by the stream title 18 plus mute
There we go.
sleeping.
yeah. Which is honestly, I don't mind these people. I usually ignore this type of content, but when I do look for VRChat on YouTube, for example, if I want to get like inspired or something, if I want to watch, for example, Twortles or Twice, if I look for VRChat, there's always a video with thumbnails that are extremely, oh my God, technically they just break all the guidelines on YouTube. It's incredible. But I mean, that's technically, if I could say this, it's not my problem. Technically, it's the people that do create this type of content. It's their problem. But the problem I have with this type of content is that it's so easy to access, especially in VRChat. It's just you can even a kid could click on this and enjoy it, and that's just
it is a big issue. But it is what it is. I think the biggest thing to get from that, or not get from that, but I think what it comes down to is the parent of the child making sure that they're not watching anything sussy, make sure that they're using the YouTube Kids app, not the YouTube app, stuff like that, so they can watch their cocoa melons and stuff like that.
Yeah,
true. Cocoa melons, bro.
But yeah, I think it is important for parents to watch what their child is doing when they're using their Quest or playing VR games, who they're meeting and stuff like that. I feel like that most of that responsibility doesn't fall on the content creator who's making this sussy content, or VRChat having to, or the VRChat staff having to like regulate or change up the game because for these kids, but it mostly falls onto the parent.
To the parent, yeah, that's true. Oh God, then we do have a few. And I'm not gonna say anything else. I'll say anything bad. So okay, yeah. Are you guys want to add something to this? You are up free.
You can go first, man. Because
I
I
don't
kind
have-
of got a loaded answer.
Then you go ahead, because I'm still trying to formulate.
Okay. I'm not for it, but I'm not against it either, if that makes sense. Because on one side, how can you prevent someone who might be in a long distance relationship from having intimate experiences with their partner, right? That could be one scenario. And to your point, Parzeval, yeah, there are content creators who create a lot of sussy content, as you call it. But if being a creator myself, I wouldn't want those types of people to be a part of my core audience anyways, which is why I don't create that type of videos. Yeah. And it's really interesting because during my time here in VRChat, I created a video called like underground performers of the metaverse or something, when metaverse was like a buzzword. and the thumbnail is like of someone like in the exotic dancing scene. But the entire video was built on the premise of me like exploring the scene, why people do it. And there's tons of people that say, oh, I became more physically active. I lost like 20, 30 pounds just dancing. I got to be a part of a community. They're moms, they're students, they're fathers. They're like people with real 9-to-5 jobs. But the funny thing about that entire video is, even though it's my most watched video, the retention rate is like 5%. And the keywords that you need to look up, like, because you know how on YouTube Analytics it tells you what keywords people type to find specific videos. I don't know if you can censor this, but it's like VRChat sex, VR metaverse sex, and it's like it's the bulk of how people found my video, right? So maybe it's kids. I have no idea, man. But
kids be wildin'.
Right? Like wuushie's right. Like sex sells, and Twice is also right. It really boils down to the parents moderating their own children, which is so difficult because this is new technology that us as adults, we don't even fucking understand fully either. So it is a very touchy subject. I wish that there was more positivity, at least on the content creation side, to showcase more positive experiences instead of seeing the 100th dark side of VRChat video. Right? Like there's more things to do in this game apart from just constantly bashing at it with a hammer. That's all I really gotta say about the topic.
That's true. Oh my God, there's so many videos. The dark side of VRChat. I found a VRChat cult. I found this, I found that, Satanists in VRChat.
You won't believe what I found in VRChat.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
it's I mean, these videos are honestly very interesting, but it's not like this whole image of VRChat, you know? It's not like VRChat is not a completely dark place. It's like this screaming minority in that sense. if you could
Yeah.
like describe it in that way.
Oh,
That, yeah.
little point I wanted to add. If you're exploring this game and all you're finding are these very sus areas or people or groups of people that you're hanging out with or these worlds, it's probably not the game. It's probably you who's trying to seek out these specific things, right? Because at the end of the day, it's your choice. You might get invited into a world and people are engaging in Christian activities,
Physical
but
activity. Yeah.
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 And it's up to you to decide to stay or just go, hey, you know what? This isn't for me. And go to, I don't know, like a zombie survival map and hang out or,
Yeah.
or go play Uno with friends, right?
Go
So
fishing,
there's a
yeah.
lot of personal choice that you have. It's not like you don't have any freedom to do specific things, if that makes sense.
Yeah, definitely. I think this always comes down to the one who's. I mean, now we're getting back to the point of freedom, because you have the choice of where you wanna be. If you, for example, look for something specific, then you will definitely find something that
Mhm.
specific in VRChat. Since VRChat is so huge, and many worlds, many avatars, many people are always online, then you will definitely find this specific world or group you want to hang out with. If you, for example, look for a roleplay group, then I'm pretty sure that you will find that roleplay group if you just either look for for example, Project Community, this event where they show community groups and stuff. Then if you just go in there, then you will definitely find something. Or it's just one very quick search and you will definitely find the group that you want to go in. But yeah, technically the freedom is all up to you on where you want to like hang out or what people you want to be around. And yeah, definitely. wuushie.
I'd say I'm indifferent about it because it's the freedom of expression. But it's at the same time, it's like you gotta realize, what you're putting out there. This game is accessible by literally anyone, and you're choosing to represent yourself. And how do you want to be seen? Is
Mhm.
probably
Mhm.
the biggest thing for me.
Mhm.
And some people choose it to do it, tastefully, and then some people decide to strap 2 hot air balloons to their chest, and it's just just be the person, be the avatar you want to be seen as.
Mhm.
Do you want to be someone who's like could be a friend or someone that people lust over?
Yeah.
And also just be careful of how you're presenting it and in which area.
Yeah, definitely. I think that really also puts the nail on the spot. I think this is probably just freedom of expression. I think freedom of expression. I think that's what it's in English.
Freedom of expression. You got it.
Hey.
Hey.
Let's go. And
Yeah.
I really wanted to add something to this. God, no, my mind's super empty lately. Okay, but yeah, freedom of expression is definitely a thing, and that I mean, with freedom again, you specifically choose an avatar that you want to represent as, and if you want to be more juicy looking, then you can choose a juicy looking avatar. If you want to be like, then you can use this avatar as to represent yourself. That really that really like depends on what you want to be, what you want to represent, or what you want to be shown as or to be viewed as in some sort of way. So that's definitely I can really really relate to this. It's as expression, freedom of freedom of expression.
Freedom of
Yeah.
expression.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Ego and identity.
yeah. Honestly, this is the whole podcast. These are like 2
Yay.
hours. Guys, we made it. Give yourself a pat on the back or a clap, you name it. Or with the
You did
feet.
it with your
Let's go.
We did it.
Insert clapping sound with echo.
We have the leg DLC.
Oh shit, bro. Trying to multitask. Okay, let's go. And where's my camera? Oh, that's my camera. Hello. Oops.
It's moving on its own.
If you guys want to check out these specific creators, I got the links in the description, but we'll also showcase them here. We got Twice, my friend. Oh, there's Twice, and I will just link all the socials on the bottom or on the left or right side, depending on where you guys see it. Follow him. He's making really cool content and was
Let's get to
also-
100K, guys.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Then we have, me, of course. Okay, no, just kidding. Twortles. Okay. We have Twortles, who's also doing super really interesting content, and he was making a video about the Mighty Gym, which was really interesting, especially the rave scene video that was the most viewed video he uploaded was really interesting. So give him all the money and love that you guys can.
Please check out my channel so I can pay for rent next month.
Yeah.
Taking rats too.
Throwing rats at him.
And of course we have wuushie. Thank you so much for taking your time as well. And all the links are if you guys do know him for wait, where's my camera? Here it is. If you guys do know him, if you want to show us the picture again, the infamous.
Here's the picture that I harassed VRChat Twitter with.
Oh yes.
Oh, the picture.
Harassment.
The picture.
It's still haunting in my nightmares, bro.
It haunts everyone. I hate posting it because I know people are getting sick of it, but
But
You have
as
to
you
keep
guys
the bit
know,
going, bro.
I
all
have
of the
to keep the
links
bit
are not only in the description but also shown in this video. And if you guys have any feedback when it comes to this podcast, please let me know in the comment section. I do need a cameraman because I'm too stupid to do this freaking VRChat camera thing with the pins and stuff. So very greatly appreciate it. And yeah, let's sum it up. That was cool. Thank you guys for being here, and thank you very much for you guys watching this whole, if you can't come to this point, this whole podcast, bro. That was awesome. Thank you so much, everyone. Really, really cool. And now, have a good night, day, evening, you name it, and take care in the virtual as well as in reality, everyone. Goodbye.
Bye. Bye.